Oh, boys, we're back. We're gonna react to the downfall of Logan Paul because he's a fucking prick.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
because he had a comeback.
KSI more than anyone. It all began in the end of August last year. When he
All right.
uploaded this episode on his podcast, it was nothing much until the time came to talk about Andrew Tate.
Not the shit that Andrew Tate is
shit.
saying will have a ripple effect much more dangerous than you can imagine. His narrative is truly hateful and it is dangerous.
Are we
didn't
team Andrew
realize
Tate
that-
or are we team Logan Paul with you?
Honestly, dude.
I would prefer Andrew Tate over Logan Paul because Logan Paul.
Honestly, yeah. I
I
feel
don't
like
understand
Andrew
how-
Tate's more straightforward. Like, sure, you may not like him, but like at least he doesn't pretend to be someone he isn't.
That he
Unlike
isn't.
Logan, trying to like pretend to be a good dude.
The controversies were just beginning. He posted the episode and thought nothing of it until the comments started racking. You could tell Logan Paul didn't genuinely hate Andrew Tate, but had this opinion to make others think he wasn't a bad guy. Everyone was supporting Andrew Tate.
Oh shit.
Oh damn, top G on top.
He gave him a
In
bunch of
Logan
shit.
Paul's own comment section. But things were going to keep getting worse. Many controversies came in. Many comments mentioned Logan Paul's past, how it was worse than
God
anything
damn.
Andrew
Yeah,
Tate had done.
That has
Uh-huh.
been pretty worse, man.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty
But
bad.
keyword, past, Logan wasn't in any major controversy for over a year now, so Logan was still on top. But then a few months had passed and nothing much had happened. But this was only the start. Logan Paul posted this episode on his podcast, where Bobby Lee made fun of George Yanko a
A lot
lot.
of my avenues blow up. So I'm
It's
very
like that's-
blessed, but I didn't know. So
It's like that's,
Which at one point caused George to storm off of the podcast.
George has been under a tremendous amount of abuse.
No.
If you don't know, George was one of Logan's best friends and also the third host on his podcast. From this episode, Logan didn't get any hate, but he did get hate
So,
from what happened
positive?
afterwards. In the
What?
So the
What?
reason he got hate because of that is because Bobby Lee was making fun of George, saying you're not a real comedian. Not much, or he was just
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
around with him. And George got butthurt about it. He walked off. And the reason Logan was getting so much hate is because he didn't back up his boy. But Mike Malek, the other guy that was on it,
Yeah.
he backed up George. He's like, no, like, back off George. Like, he's just doing his thing, right?
Yeah.
That's why he got hate. And then I think like a couple episodes later, he made fun of his Christianity, and that's why he was getting even more
Oh,
hate.
next
that was the
podcast,
worst.
you could tell Logan and George's friendship had taken a massive hit. George was not seeming too comfortable with Logan. Another month had passed and Logan would get in his first major controversy in over a year. He had made some remarks about God and religion.
You have to be
Oh,
very
yep, this is
careful
it.
when you mock, when you become playful with people's religion. Destructive
I
to
disagree.
people.
I disagree. I think it's a silly practice to engage in, and I think it deserves satire.
I think you're so giant with your words, you really don't know what you step on when you say things.
If I say something, I've said it intentionally.
One that really hurt me is you told me I need a therapist because I believe in Jesus.
And again, he was trying to get love from the media, but
That's
You
shit.
see,
bro.
now that's fucked. Like, whether you believe in it or not, you don't need to be disrespectful about it, Just because
Exactly.
someone has different ideas.
forgot to realize that your audience is what matters the most. His entire comment section was flooded
Let's see.
Read him.
All right, Mike's level of intelligence extremely underrated. Man, it's brilliant. Yeah. Probably saved Logan
Yeah.
from doing that shit,
with how
Mike had George's back, bro. Mike's
Yeah.
a W man. I ain't gonna lie.
How did they watch this back and not see anything wrong with it?
Logan was in the wrong
That's
and many
crazy.
things like that. And since he made fun of God, God wasn't too happy.
The following 3 weeks have been the hardest period of my fucking life. Buddy, God kicked me in the dick as hard as he fucking could.
Right after him making these outrageous remarks, CoffeeZilla posted his
Huh?
three-part series on Crypto Zoo, which was Logan Paul's biggest scam, making fans lose over $3
Dude,
million.
yeah, that shit's
And right
insane.
after, the story about
That shit
Logan
was
Paul
huge.
abandoning his pet pig had gotten out. Both of these topics blew up, making Logan Paul the most hated man on the internet for the second time. He then said this on Twitter, making him even more hated than he originally was. Logan had to respond, and boy did he respond. Instead of admitting that he was in the wrong, Logan said he
Dude, pretty sure this, like, it's insane how he keeps getting in this shit. And he's doing it to
I don't-
himself,
Yeah, I don't understand how he still has a fucking.
was in the right and
platform, I'm sorry.
CoffeeZilla was in the wrong for exposing him. Weird to say the least.
I don't even think he needs to really do that shit. He must be making decent amount of money with everything else, right?
He's gonna be a billionaire with time.
The video has since been deleted, and then he said he would give the money back to the people at Crypto Zoo. The controversy had ended. Nothing big happened for a while until just over a month ago when CoffeeZilla posted this, showing Logan didn't repay them back yet, and now things have gotten far, far worse. Logan fell into his fourth major controversy after he had released this
I
podcast.
saw this
You could
podcast,
tell
bro. This shit was crazy. Jake and Logan went at it.
on this
Oh,
podcast that Logan genuinely
Oh,
didn't care as much about Jake's success as Jake cared about
He
his.
said I would get kicked out if I brought a prime bottle.
Yeah, get over it. Like, and meanwhile,
Come on, I'm your brother building a
oh
business.
yeah, you're my brother building a business. You love to play both sides,
who's
bro.
he-
What do you care more about, going to my event or having a prime bottle in your hand?
I'm trying to build a multi-billion-dollar business, and your team, who I see every single day,
At whose
have
event?
an issue with it.
At whose event?
Your event.
Exactly, my event.
I'm your brother.
Yeah, exactly. So respect what's going on at my event.
You
the
could tell
fuck?
Logan was kind of jealous of Jake being known as a better boxer between the Paul brothers, and even started an argument with Jake about this
Let me break
topic.
it
I
down
think
for
I'm
you,
better
Jake.
than you.
So Jake
What?
Paul's fight with Nate Diaz was
Yeah.
happening, but the main sponsor of that was Celsius, and
Yeah.
that's a
Oh.
rivalry
Yeah,
brand
yeah,
with
yeah.
Prime.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they said Logan can't enter this event because we're sponsored by Celsius, and we can't let another like rival brand come in. And Logan
Yeah,
was
that
mad
makes
about
sense.
it.
That makes sense. Like
And,
in terms of business, like it's not his event.
Exactly, and it's like Adidas doesn't want Nike to come in because it's an Adidas event.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
And I think
and
Nate
he was
chose
still
you for
mad
a
about it. He's
reason.
like,
But
"Bro,
what
I'm your brother." I'm on.
What have
I'm
you
on
done
Jake's
to
side
prove
on
that
this.
you're
Yeah.
better than me?
I don't know. Went toe to toe 8 rounds with the greatest boxer of all time.
You think because you lost a fight to Floyd Mayweather that you're better than me?
I'm tired of not being picked because you're an easier fight.
And the worst thing about this entire situation is that Logan
No
Paul
way.
kept choosing KSI over his own brother, which even Jake said really hurts him.
About that, because when KSI's running his mouth to you, I'm like, why is Logan not punching him in the face?
Business, I guess, is business. You know, they asked Logan, like, oh, who would you pick in the fight? And Logan's like, oh, I don't know. That would be tough for me. He plays both sides, definitely, and it does get annoying. But
A few days passed and Dylan Dennis started to post explicit pictures of Logan's now fiance. This got
Oh,
real
that's rough, dude. That was the roughest part, dude.
Oh man.
personal with Logan. He didn't post about this topic or say anything about it until the press conference. You could tell Dylan Dennis was ready, coming up with an insane comeback
Bro, he had
every
some
time
cool
Logan
comebacks as well.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
heard
gonna lie.
that he took a big L.
And said
Logan took a
something.
big
Is this
L
like
on
an
this
edible
shit.
cake?
Just like his wife.
We will be cutting it up and passing it around to anyone.
Just like his fiance.
You don't gotta take that shit out on me because my brother hooked up with your ex.
At least I got rid of this slut. You're marrying one.
My superstar.
God damn.
Dude, these comebacks are cold, bro. Dylan
more
was
than your
ready.
entire net
Because
worth.
Leonardo DiCaprio paid for it.
Where's Coach McGregor?
Dude, that's crazy, dude. Like, he's talking about money. This dude's talking about his fucking girl getting railed.
I think
Yeah.
he's
Why
talking
won't he
about
take
Don't worry,
crypto
he'll be
right
here and
now.
he'll smack
Why
the shit
won't
out
he
of both
take
of you.
my $1 million bet?
Why won't you pay back to people from Crypto Zoo?
Oh,
Working
damn.
on it.
But this wasn't the only controversy Logan would get into during that night. The really famous YouTuber named Jid Dion came
Oh,
to troll
yeah.
Oh,
Logan
yeah,
a
I
bit.
heard
Logan
about
took
this.
it too far, calling Jid Dion two-faced and also calling him corny. Now I think what Dylan Dennis is doing is wrong, and he shouldn't be doing such things. But then again, he is the reason I will buy the pay-per-view to see this fight. That was
Hear me
pretty
out, hear me
much
out,
it.
hear me
See
out.
ya.
Dylan Dennis is doing Logan Paul a fucking favor.
He's advertising that bitch. Promoting that bitch, dude.
What do you think of this, Joe? What do you think of this whole Logan Paul downfall?
You know, it is what it is.
You can't spell Logan Paul without no, boys. I ain't gonna lie. But yeah, boys, that was the whole video of Logan Paul's, what is this? Downfall has begun.
His downfall has begun. Hate to see it,
I
hate to
still
see
don't-
it. But at the same time,
still don't
whatever.
Exactly. But I still don't see how he has fans. I just don't see it. Crypto Zoo, his wife is just getting railed by the whole New York City. What else? He's taking L's by Dylan Dennis. He called Gideon Two-Face, but he doesn't even back up his own blood.
Yeah, that's crazy.
like what is this, bro? I don't get it. Oh yeah, but boys,
Oh, that was
let
it.
us know what other videos. Yeah. Let us know what other videos you guys want us to react to. Comment down.